How are you? I'm fine. Okay. I think very nice. Now we tend to use these expressions over and over again. So in today's video, we're going to learn some smart English expressions that you can use instead of these ordinary expressions. And you can use them in your daily English casual conversation to sound like an advanced English speaker. So let's get going. Hey everyone, this is Chetna and you're watching Chet Chat. And today we're talking about those smart English expressions that you can use instead of those ordinary terms. And by the end of this video, you're going to sound like a fluent English speaker with advanced vocabulary. And you're never ever going to use those common expressions ever again. So expression number one is how are you? How are you tends to be a very old-fashioned phrase. Almost like you're saying it without actually expecting a response. So here's what you can say instead. How's it going? This one is very popular. How's it going? How have you been? And you can shorten this to how have you been? This is very warm and friendly and I particularly like using this. How have you been? How's everything? How are things or how are things going? This one is asking not only about the person but also about like an overall life update. How are things? So, how are you doing? In fact, the R is actually not there. It's like, how are you doing? What's going on? This one is a little American. And in fact, if you haven't met someone for a little while and you suddenly meet them, you can say, what's going on? Hey, what's new? Or what's new with you? Again, another nice way to say how are you is what's new? What's up? This one is super casual. In fact, it's got shortened to just sup. Hey, sup. What's up? Now, you know, more than the words that you use, it's actually the tone and the intent to be warm and friendly and to find out what the other person's life has been all about. And your sincerity is going to come through in your tone of voice no matter which words you choose. Now, quickly put down a comment under this video telling me which of these was your favorite. And if you know any other beautiful expression to say how are you, put that down as well. At number 2 is I am fine. Now I'm fine or I'm fine thank you is like too boring and too overused. So let's see what we can say when someone asks us how we're doing. I'm doing well or I'm doing well thank you. How are you doing? I'm doing well. I'm good. How about you? Now we never say I'm doing good. We either say I'm doing well or I'm good. If somebody asks you how are things, things are good. How's everything? Everything's good. How are you? I'm good or I'm great. Not bad. How are things with you? Not bad. How's it going? Not bad. Nothing much. What's going on? Nothing much. Pretty good. This is a popular American term. How have you been? Pretty good. No complaints or as good as can be. Now I love using this especially nowadays in times of the lockdown when someone asks me, how's it going? I say, no complaints, as good as I can be. Now you know again a lot depends on your intonation. You could say no complaints and actually sound like you have a lot of complaints, or you could say no complaints, as good as I can be. And one of my friends who was super highly positive and optimistic, whenever I asked them, how are you, said, better than fantastic would be an understatement. Oh my God, how optimistic can somebody be? Now, which of these was your favorite? Quickly put that as a comment under this video. And if you have an interesting way to respond to how are you, tell me that as well. And if you're looking for videos with more words and expressions and smart words and phrases, we've got a lot of them listed for you in the description box under this video. Expression number 3, okay. Now, okay clearly must be the most overused expression in English language. In fact, it's got shortened to just one alphabet, K. Now, let's look at some very exciting and interesting ways to agree with someone. I. Now, this is a naval term, but you can, when you want to say okay and yes to somebody, you can say I. It literally means okay. Okay is a kind of fun way to say. So if your friend says, call me today at 6 p.m., you can say I. Roger that. Roger that also means copy that or I understand. For example, you get together and your friends say, hey, we have a Zoom call tonight at 9 p.m. You can say, roger that. Okie dokie. This one is light-hearted, and when you want to keep something fun, warm and affectionate, you can say okie dokie. So if your elder brother says, hey, come on quickly, let everyone get into the car, you can say okie dokie. Now the next three terms are particularly useful when, for example, someone's made a plan and they've suggested it to you and you agree with the plan and you want to express that. Now instead of saying okay, you can say sure, go ahead, or by all means, or certainly, I agree with your plans, sure, go ahead, by all means, or certainly. Righto. Righto is casual and it's British. And if someone tells you, I think we should study right now, you can say, righto. Alrighty. This one is my favorite, alrighty. This one is a little casual and fun as well. So if you need to go somewhere and if there's a plan getting made, you can say, alrighty, let's go then. Sounds good or sounds good to me. This you can use in a sort of formal situation when someone says, this is what I'm suggesting to you and you want to agree with them, you can say sounds good or sounds good to me. Now once again, you surely liked one of these or two of these and quickly put a comment for me telling me which of these was your favorite. At number 4 is very nice. How's this? Very nice. How's that? Very nice. Now it's not so nice to keep saying nice all the time. So let's look at some interesting, new and different expressions that you can use when you want to say something is nice. Amazing. You are amazing. Or fantastic. That meal was fantastic. Incredible. Incredible means unbelievable. You can actually even use this to comment on someone's social media post, for instance. What an incredible shot. Phenomenal. This one is a little more than just nice. It's like really, really nice. For example, you read a book and you totally loved it and you can tell someone it was phenomenal. A must-see. This one is when you're trying to talk about a movie or a show or maybe even the Chet Chat video series. You can tell your friends it's a must-see. Lovely. Oh, how lovely. This is extremely quintessential British and it's sort of universal, so you can use this in many different situations. Absolutely lovely. Now, in one of our previous videos, we gave you another word that can be used in place of lovely or how nice. And if you remember that word, put that down as a comment right now under this video. At number 5 is I think. Now, I think we need to replace the boring word I think, and here's what you can say instead. In all honesty. For example, in all honesty, what you just said may have been a little rude. In my opinion or in my view. Now, when you want to be a little more formal maybe, you can say in my opinion or in my view. If you ask me. Now this is something typically that I would say. When I have to express my opinion, instead of I think, I would say if you ask me. It seems to me that, or to me. For example, I want to say, to me, this color looks better than that color. I believe. This one can be very easy because I think comes naturally to you, so you can reprogram yourself to say I believe every time you want to say I think. I'd say. You went to a party and the party was very well organized, you'd say, I'd say it was a very well organized party. And tell me which of these was your favorite and put down a comment under this video. And also press that subscribe button under the video and the bell icon right next to it. And give us a thumbs up and happy watching.